Yeah, now we're live. And yeah. Let me create the rooms. Wait a second.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you.
Guys, just accept the invitation to the other room and see you guys later. Yeah. Yeah, guys, I think it's just us for now. Can everybody see the questions on the chat?
Yes.
Yes.
So let's start. Nathaniele, could you introduce yourself to the group?
Yes, sure. My name is Nathaniele, but everyone call me Nachi, so feel free to call me Nachi too. I live in Fortaleza. I was born and raised here. I'm 30 years old and I work as an administrative assistant. And that's it.
Nice to see you here. So, Mateus, what about you? Could you introduce yourself?
Yeah. Hello, everyone. My name is Mateus. I'm from Bahia. I'm studying production engineering. And in my free time, I like to play video games, to watch series, and that's it. Thank you.
So, Sarah, what about you? Could you introduce yourself to the group?
Hi guys. Again, my name is Sarah. I am a dietitian. I'm 28 and I forgot to say where I'm from. I'm from Espírito Santo, but now I'm living in São Paulo. And I don't know, I think that's it. And I like the topic of today.
Thank you. And Ana Laura, what about you? Could you introduce yourself to the group? Tell us.
Hello guys, good evening. So my name is Ana Laura. I am 24. I am from São José dos Campos. It's a city in the countryside of the state of São Paulo. But currently I'm living in Cruzeiro. It's another city here in São Paulo too. And I'm working as a lab analyst in a dairy industry, that manufactures milk derivatives like butter, cheese, etc. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you for coming today. So guys, I think I did introduce myself in the beginning. I think most of you know me, but the ones that don't, I'll be your hostess today. I'm Luana, I'm 17, I'm a student, I'm not a teacher. I'm here to help you with your English the way I can. And that's it, guys. Let's go. The first question is a quote, is a saying that a picture is worth 1,000 words, but a memory is priceless. Do you agree with that? What do you think about it? Sarah, can you start?
Yes. Yes, I do agree with this quote. I think memory is priceless, and we sometimes we just put them, I don't know, hide in our memory because of the I forgot the words, but like our time, we don't have time to, we don't spend so much time remembering, but I do agree with this quote.
What about you, Mateus? What do you think? Do you agree with Sarah? Do you have a different opinion? What do you think?
No, I agree. I think it's very true, this quote. I think sometimes when we see a picture or something, it's very different when you remember experience that you live it. So it's very different because you already experienced the situation or whatever that you your memory. So yeah, thinking when you remember something is totally different when you are see something, right? Because you already live this or experiment or stuff like that. So yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I agree with you. So, Ana Laura, what about you? What do you think about this quote?
Oh, I agree, as everybody. And is it's something like Mateus was saying that when you a memory, it means that you have experienced that, right? So that reminds you some emotions that you was feeling in that occasion. And definitely, yeah, I totally agree with this quote.
And Natalia, what's your view about it? Do you have?
Yes, I agree in parts. I think it's priceless if you have a good memory. For example, in my case, my memory is terrible. So I can't remember my childhood, for example. So just from 5 until now. Before that, I don't remember nothing. Sometimes my mother showed me pictures and I think, what's happened this day? I have no idea.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you because sometimes the picture is also important because you know that something happened, but you don't remember anything. So yeah, I think both are important. And if you have a good memory, of course, it's priceless. Yeah, I agree with you guys. So the second question is, in your view, what's the bright and the dark side of feeling nostalgic? There is always a bright and a dark side. So what exactly do you feel that it is? Sarah, could you start?
Yes. I think the brighter part side, it's like when you like the video that you showed us. They talked that a nostalgic feeling can be good and can be bad. So thinking of a good memory, for example, I think the bright side is to we can feel that good sensation, I don't know, again, but also like if it involves someone that you can have at this moment, so you can feel like kind of sad for that. So I think feeling nostalgic, it's most of the time bright, but in sometimes it can be a dark side too. But most of the time I think it's bright. I like to feel nostalgic.
Yeah, I totally agree with you because sometimes, depending on your memory, you might feel like depressed or I don't know, angry. Depends on the situation. But yeah, most of the times, at least for me, it's a bright memory. But I think it depends on the person. But yeah, Mateus, what about you? What's the bright and the dark side of feeling nostalgic in your situations, in your case, in your life?
Yeah, but I would say in general, all depends on on the emotion that comes to you when you remember something. I mean, when a memory, sometimes a memory can make you sad about something that you already experienced, or also a memory can. A minute, please, my bad.
Someone's dog was. Anyways, let's continue. Ana Laura, what about you? What do you think is the bright and the dark side of it?
Oh, I believe that the most important thing to define the bright and the dark side of this feeling, nostalgic, it is the intensity. You know, even if it's a good memory, if you get too much nostalgic, you start to focus in the past. Oh, in the past, it was so good when I was doing or when I was with someone, and then you lost focus on present. You know, I believe that maybe even a good memory, if you get too much nostalgic, it could be harmful, even if it's a good memory, a good moment or a good period that you were remembering. I believe that's it.
So, Nathaniel, what about you? I can call you Nat, right?
Yes.
So, what
Yeah.
do you think about it?
Actually, I agree with Ana Laura. I think sometimes people are stuck in the past and they think that was the best time of their life and nothing in the future can be better. And you can feel a little depressed. That's not good. You have to know how to balance the memories.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think balance is like necessary. It's a necessity sometimes. So, Mateus, do you want to add something or we can go and continue?
No, I think I agree with everyone. Like I said, all depends on the emotion that the memory come to you when I remember something. So yeah, it can be bad or good. Depends on the person, depends on the emotion. So that's it.
So, guys, the third question is, do you have any childhood memories that comes to your mind right now? Sarah, can you start? Any childhood memory?
Yeah. Yes, my memory is good. I have so much childhood memories, but it's so hard to think about one. So I tried here to remember some of them, and I choose the moment when I was learning to ride a bike. So was a good memory. I just remember now, like the really time, the sensation of, oh, I'm doing by myself. So I think that's the memory that I choose to share with you guys.
Yeah, that's great. That's cute. So, Mateus, what about you? Do you have any childhood memories or many?
Yeah,
Could you share with
actually,
us?
I have a fresh one that I 2 days ago I was watching video and on Facebook, and it was about a cartoon in the last decade, and the one of this cartoon was Kim Possible. I don't know if someone already watched this cartoon, and it was so good, and it brought to me so good memories because I really was obsessed with this cartoon. So every time I was watching on TV Globinho, and it was a good cartoon. So yeah, I mean, so many memories that I have about my childhood, but this was one that was so recently because I watched a video and I totally remember how I enjoyed to watch this.
Yeah, the Big Globinho for me was also, I had great memories with it. So, Ana Lara, what about you? Do you have any childhood memories that you like to share?
So, as Matheus and you, Luana, TV Globinho reminds me good memories. But I can say that maybe my first house in a neighborhood that thankfully, when I was a child, we lived in a neighborhood that was safe, very safe and calm. I remember that I go out and stay in the, I don't know if I can say the correct terms. I was playing in the streets all day long after I came back from school with my friends, and it's good to be to visit there because it reminds me because we are all playing with balls and climbing trees. It was awesome. So it's great to visit there, my first neighborhood.
So, Nachi, what about you? Do you have? I don't think you do because you said you forgot.
Yes, but actually, I always remember one embarrassing situation. At least was embarrassed when I was 5. In my 5th birthday, I decided to blow the candle before they finished the happy birthday thing. So I was so embarrassed that I decided to write myself under the table, and everyone tried to convince me to leave, but I stayed there until they finished the happy birthday song. It's just my only memory of my childhood.
Well, in my case, yes, when I was younger, I used to go to like a club or something during vacation. And every vacation, because my parents used to work a lot, every vacation I used to go to that place, and I used to like make new friends and everything. And like I had a lot of fun at this time. So I think it's the better memory I have of my childhood. And yeah, we did like crazy stuff. Yeah, it was the best for me. So, yeah, the fourth question is, do you think memories change over time? I think so in my case, because every time I remember something, I change the story. I don't know how, but every time I tell the same story for somebody else, I somehow change the story because my memories are changing. I don't know how it happens and why it happens, but I think it probably happens to you guys. So, do you think that memories change over time? Sarah, what do you think about it?
Yes, I agree with you. I think memories change over time. And basically, I think it's that our brain try to condense all these memories. So I think it's impossible that we keep everything the same way. Like I am 28. I lost a lot of things that were good, but my brain just decide that it's a trash and I don't need that anymore. So I think it can change. But I don't know if I'm saying something that makes sense.
It does. I think it's so strange because like I said, like when I say something like it was this way and then somebody replies that it was not, and then I get confused because like my memories, they are like always creating a new view in my mind of something that already happened. I don't know if it happens to you guys, but it's like constantly changing. I don't know how. So yeah, I agree with you, Sarah. I think it's like our mind tries to, like, I don't know, delete some stuffs and keep only a few. So Mateus, what about you? What do you think about it? Do you think that memories change?
Yeah, I already read a book in Portuguese that explained this. Over the time, our memories is projected by our perspective. So, a memory that happened a long time ago that you remember right now is not really the real story that you experience because our brains try to change the history to our perspective. And I have a real history about it. I was discussing with my mom about our dog, and I remember a conversation that we had about how hectic this dog was, and she doesn't remember anything about this conversation, because she said that you have a different conversation that said you have on other conversation. And I guess we both don't know what the real memory are correct. So I think, yeah, change over the time, and the change by our perspective, the how we saw or experience this situation, right?
Yeah, I think that's the point. It's strange, but I think it happens to everybody somehow. So yeah, Ana Laura, what about you? Do you think that memories are always changing? How is it to you?
Yeah, definitely. I already read an article and maybe see a report on the news talking about it. As Mateus was saying, our brain, as the time goes by, our memories are distorted, a little bit. Our brain tries to keep the best parts, and the tendency is just remember from our perspective, and it is not exactly the truth, what we remember and what really happened. And I believe that that report that I saw on the news was talking about specifically this feeling of nostalgic. They say that this feeling, the older ones say, oh, in my time was different. It was so much better. They just remember the best parts, the best parts. They don't remember that they have, other struggles that we don't have anymore, but they just remember the good part,
Yeah, exactly. So, Nachi, what about you? Do you think that memories are always changing?
Yes, I agree with you guys. I think since you are born, our brain has a lot of information every day, and it's difficult to keep all the details. That's what happened with us. So sometimes we can change one small things about the histories.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. It's crazy, but it happens. So the fifth question, what music or place or both makes you feel nostalgic? I personally think that the openings of like the Disney movies and series, usually they make me nostalgic because I remember all the lyrics of everything. And whenever I listen to this, I'm like, oh my God, I remember a lot of stuff. So that's usually what makes me nostalgic, those songs. And what about you guys? Sarah, what music or place or movie or anything makes you feel nostalgic?
Like you said about Disney, so I remember the Baby Looney Tunes that I love it. Oh my gosh! And I just watched it. This cartoon. I don't know how to say in English. If it's cartoon, I really don't know. And I was watching. I don't know if it was in Disney Plus or HBO. I think it's in Disney Plus. And I just loved the music, the whole. I forgot. My God. And place. I don't know. Oh my God. I'm place. I have some place here, but I can't decide one. So I think I'm gonna stay with Baby Looney Tunes.
Yeah, that's great. So, Matheus, what about you? Do you have any music in mind or place that makes you feel nostalgic? Or movie, or I don't know.
Yeah, guys, like every cartoon or series that I watched, it is making me so nostalgic about it. I think Disney is one of them. I think every time when I see a video that is reprising Hannah Montana or Emily or the Wizards of the Emily Place, it's totally nostalgic to me, and a lot of cartoons. So yeah, I think those one makes me so nostalgic about it.
What about you, Ana Laura? Is there anything specific?
Yeah, as I answered, I don't remember one question before a place, I could say my first neighborhood, but music or cartoons, definitely Disney, the Disney, because the Disney ones, because, oh yeah, they are part of our childhood, the most of the childhood of the people on earth, right? And I remember I have some, I don't know how to say in English, fita cassette from some titles that I watched every day and I was addicted to, like Mulan and Tarzan. But I just remember right now when I go to the cinema, I forgot to say the other way to say cinema in English, and it was my first time on the cinema with my family, and we watched Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. I just remember right now. I was
That's really
five,
great.
maybe 5, yeah.
Yeah, that's really great. I don't remember the first time I was on the movie theater. I really don't remember. But that's great that you have this memory. It's really, really important, I think. And we all forgot that. I don't know. So, Nat, what about you? What music or place makes you feel nostalgic?
I was a teenager when Elcha is played in all TV shows and radios. So until now, I remember the choreographies. And if played in any parties, me, my friends start to dance. It's a very embarrassing thing to do, but it's very fun.
Yeah, I think it's great to have these memories. Like you remember things and just feel better. I don't know. For me, in my case, I feel better. I don't know. I want to like return to that time, but then sometimes I want to return, sometimes I don't. Depends. So yeah, the sixth question. What's the most vivid memory you can think about? Like no, I'm not saying a memory like for a few minutes ago. I'm saying like an old memory that it's vivid, it's still in your mind. Sarah, can you start? What's the most vivid memory you can think of?
Like I said, I have a lot of memories here right now, but I choose to one with my grandma, and she passed away, like I think it's 4 years ago. So I try to keep memories with her. So like I had so much good times with her, and I think I'm gonna choose one a few days before she passed away. And like we were together sitting the coach, and I was talking about my mom, that because my mom talk a lot, so sometimes you can't understand her, and I was making a video with my grandma and asking her about my mom. And it's a good memory because it was close to the bad time, but I just keep the good ones. Actually, I have one not so good too, but the good ones are majority. So I think it's it.
That's great that you try to keep the best memories with you. I think it's better, than remember the worst. It's better to think better. Think better. It's better to think better. It's
Yes.
better to think about the best, You know what I mean? So yeah, I think it's great. So Mateus, what about you? What's the most vivid memory you can think of?
Okay, yeah, I have a lot, but a special one that I remember right now is the time when I received the news that I joined the University Federal. So I remember that I screamed a lot with my family, and some of our neighbors came to see what was happening. He thought that someone who were fighting or something like that. So I was a happy one because it's a great moment to me. So yeah, I think it is one of the most vivid that I can remember right now.
Yeah, I think this one is really great. You wouldn't forget it. So yeah. And Alara, what about you? Do you have like any vivid memory in your mind right now?
Yeah, before Mateus said his one, I was just thinking about the same, that when I received the news that I have passed in the college exams, right? It was awesome. I cried a lot, I screamed a lot with my family, and we celebrate a lot. But I also can say one that was 2.5 years ago when my nephew was born. It was the first baby that I saw closely because when my older sister have her children, I was a child as well, so I didn't care so much. But when I was visiting my sister in the maternity, and we entered to see the baby, and it was the first time he opened his eyes, and it was great to pick them in my, I don't know how to say colo, but I just remember this is a great memory as well.
So Nat, what about you? Do you have any vivid memory? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I would choose the first time I traveled abroad, because I've never traveled to anywhere alone. So I was so afraid that something did bad. And everything was good. The travel was very nice. So it's a good memory for me.
Yeah, I think I have lots of vivid memories right now. I don't know how to choose one, but I'd say maybe Christmas. Like usually the Christmases that those are that I remember the most, because when I was younger, like it was like I used to believe in Santa Claus, so it was like huge for me. Like my mind used to like think that he was coming, and then everyone acted as if he was really coming. And then I said, I won't sleep today. And then I just sit and stayed there for the whole night. When it was like midnight, I was already sleeping. But anyways, I thought that he would come. So it was like the greatest moment I had, I guess. So yeah, let's go to the seventh question. Do you have memories you've never forgotten, but you wish you could? Like the bad memories? And could you, I don't know if you should share, but anyways, Sarah, do you have those type of memories?
Yes, I do have bad memories that I wish I could forgot them. And I'm trying to read the question again, but I'm a little bit lost here. Yes, I have, but I Yes, I think I have. And some are not so good to share.
Yeah, I think this question is just yes or no.
Yeah.
Let's go to another question, guys. I think this one, no one will tell. So, the eighth question is: do you have a good memory in general, like to remember things in your daily life? And what do you do to help you remember stuff? Like, do you put those little papers everywhere? What do you do to remember stuff? So, Mateus, can you start?
Yeah, definitely. I have a good memory. People that is around me always call me a big brain because I, not because I am so smart, but this just because I have a good memory. I can remember things like that already happened ages ago. So yeah, I have a good one.
Ana Laura, what about you? Do you think you consider yourself like to have a good memory?
Yeah, definitely. I have a good memory. But what helps a lot is that the majority of things that I need to do or that is important that I can't forget, I put on my Google Agenda, and put I don't know how to say in English, but alarms, to remember. But when I was living with my parents, my mom, she has a terrible memory. So she was always asking for me, oh, could you remember me after what I need to do is something like this or that. I need to do these such things. And I was always remember. So I was remembering my stuff and her stuff. So I believe that I have a good memory.
Yeah. So, what about you, Nat? Do you think? I don't think you have, because you said you did it. So,
My
what
memory
what would you do
terrible.
to help you with that?
I note. I use it to note in my cell phone, but in my last vacation, my phone was stolen, and I'm freaking out because all my password from the bank for emails is in my cell phone. So the guy that stole it has all my information, and now I have a notebook, so I put all that I need in a notebook and keeping at my house.
Yeah, I think it's better this way.
Safer.
Yeah, it's safer. So, Sarah, what about you? Do you consider yourself to have a good memory?
Yes, I think I have a good memory. And like I try to use notes and some stuff like that, but it's just to organize because I have difficult to organize my time. This is my problem. But memory, like I don't use notes to remember the thing, just to organize. And when I read the question, I thought about like when you are saying something and you just forgot. I thought about that situation. So one thing that I do is to try to go back. Like if I was in the bathroom, I go back there and try to remember what I was thinking, what I was doing, and it works. I remember the thing that I just forgot to say to someone. So I have my tricks to remember, and like the stuffs I for now I can remember, so I don't use notes to remember things. I think it's a good memory.
Yeah, I personally, I think I put things on my Google Agenda too, and I usually put notes too, and maybe alarms too, when like I need to remember like something huge, really important. I just put an alarm so that I don't forget. But yeah, maybe, yeah, I think that's it. So the next question is, do you consider yourself a nostalgic person in general? Do you think that you are usually too focused in the past or too focused in the future? Which one are you? Or in the present only? Uh, you are more focused in the future or in the past or in the present? Nachi, can you start?
Yes, I try to keep my mind in the present. I don't like to remember things or think too much about the future because I'm anxious. So I try to be in the present all the time.
Yeah, that's really great. I think it's difficult, but it's really great. Yeah, I admire you. So, Ana Laura, what about you? Do you think that you think a lot about the future or a lot about the past or the present?
So it depends. There are some periods that I am much more nostalgic, and there are some that I start to get really anxious and start to think too much in the future. But as Natalie was saying, I think that it's important to be focused on the present, and I believe that it's an exercise that you must try to do it all the time, all days, but it's complex, right? I think that's it. It depends on the time.
Yeah, I think that when you think a lot about the future, it creates like anxiety. And when you think a lot about the past, it sometimes creates depression and like you start to think a lot. And maybe the present is the best, but it's also really difficult to only keep focused on the past and what you're doing right now. But yeah, that's why people meditate and do stuff to focus on the present. So yeah, Mariana, how was it in your room? Did you like the conversation?
Yeah, it was great. I was just with, I forgot his name. Oh my God. But just two of us in my room, and we talk a lot and laughed a lot. So it was a great moment.
Yeah, I think a lot of people left because of the connection. That's why just two people in the same room. But anyways, that's great that it was a great conversation that you could
Yeah, it was me and
enjoy.
Daiane. I'm sorry, Daiane, for forgetting your name.
Yeah.
I'm very bad with this.
That's okay.
How was it, Diane? Did you like it?
Yeah, a lot. We had a very we had fun because we started talking about a lot of things, a lot of music when we were a child, you know. So we laugh a lot.
So let me see. Moza, what about you? Did you like the conversation? Was your first time here? What did you think about it?
I love it. I enjoy it a lot with the girls. We share memories and was really good.
So let me ask you the 10th question. Would you guys rather live in your past forever or see only 5 minutes about your future? I think it's a great question because I don't know. I have no idea what I would choose. Because like 5 minutes about your future, it's actually not that great. I don't know, because you feel like anxiety forever, thinking about how it would be. And stay in your past forever, you like, I don't know, it's really difficult. So let me choose someone. Mateus, what would you choose?
Okay, I need to know one more thing about this question. If we choose the future, maybe I can change it. Like we can see 5 minutes and you can go back to the present and change it if you want or not. So if the answer is yes, so yeah, definitely the future. Because if I see something that I didn't like about it, I will work to change it. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. So I just realized right now there are two Mateus here. So the other Mateus, what would you choose? The present, the past, the present of the past, or the future?
I choose the past because I am a nostalgic person, and a lot of things that happened in my past was nice, was good. So maybe I choose the past. The future, I don't know what's going on in the future, but in the past I know and was good for me.
And now I'm thinking, if you go to the past, then you know everything about your future because you are in the present. And your past, you know the future. I don't know. Anyways,
Philosophical question.
yeah. Leandra, you want to say something?
Yeah, I have one point that maybe change your opinion. You can choose the moment that you will know the numbers of Mega Sena. So you can be, you can have a lot of money now. So just to say.
Yeah, I think it's great. Yeah, in that case, if you can choose a moment, let's choose Mega Sena and be rich tomorrow. I think. Yeah, that's great. So, guys, I think that we have only 5 minutes, and I'm just wanna ask you guys to put the feedback on YouTube because now it's on YouTube, and please put on the comments what you thought about this conversation, if you like it or not. Just go to our YouTube live right now and comment there what you like it about it, and suggest for other meetings, other topics, and everything. And yeah, guys. I think that's it. We have only a few minutes, and I don't know. Do you guys have any doubts about TNT? Anything? Claudia, didn't ask you. How was it in your room?
It was good moments with my friends in this room, and I like a lot this subject because we talk a lot about music, memories, about the childhood. It's very good for me.
Yeah, I think. What music, guys, do you make you feel nostalgic in general? We talked about Disney openings, like the opening of Disney movies and everything. I think it makes it nostalgic. Mosa is laughing. What about you, Mosa? What do you think? What songs makes you nostalgic?
I don't remember any music of Disney. I'm not sure.
Really?
No, I like all music. So all musics of the 80s and the 90s, was all this is good.
Yeah, I like it too. I think it's great. But I don't know, because like in my case, my childhood was based on Disney. That's why I choose it. But I also like the 80s songs and 90s and everything. So it's great. And what about Mariana? What songs makes you nostalgic? Or plays or movies?
Yeah, it's like Disney too. I was very fan of Jonas Brothers, so when I heard some songs, I feel like I am a teenager again.
Yeah, me too. So let me see another person. Amanda, what about you? What songs or music or like movies or plays makes you nostalgic?
I remember Psy in my my time that I listened in the school, Akon, black music, something like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Mateus gave a suggestion to bring a topic about Disney. I think it's great. We'll be talking
Great,
forever
yeah.
about Disney movies. Yeah, I think it's great. So, Roberto, what about you? What songs or movies makes you feel nostalgic?
I think about songs for me is the old famous and popular music, for example, Ajude, Felipe Dilon, Shakira. We sing it together with my friends, or some of my friends dance in the Macarena too. So yeah, for me that's the nostalgic music I remember now. I said it. That's it for me.
Macarena. Yeah. Basically, that's it, guys.
Diane likes Rouge too.
Yeah, we talk about Rouge in our room.
So, guys, I think our time is over. So, thank you for coming today. I really like it. Yeah, Kelly Key, yeah. Definitely. So, yeah, thank you for coming today. I think that's it, guys. Our time is over. Thank you. I
Thank
love